Today we're coming to you from the shores of North Carolina on a 100-degree day to mount the R80 on the Africa Twin. I seriously hope I don't pass out. So today we're going to be talking all about the mounting of the R80 from Mosko Moto on the Africa Twin, including how to deal with the grab handles that are super present on this bike, especially where we're going to be mounting. But first, I want to talk to you really quickly about the upcoming trip we have just 2 days from now, going out to the Mid-Atlantic BDR. The whole team's going to be going out there again. And if you want to follow along, with the interviews that we'll be doing and the Q&A that we'll have on the line, and even exclusive stickers that we're going to be giving out for the trip, as well as being able to track us moment by moment through there with our GPS trackers, you'll be able to follow right along. You'll know exactly where we're going to be camping and everything that's going on. If you're interested in doing that, check out our Patreon link down in the description. For as little as $3 a month, you get access to a ton of extra content from BeGoneForGood, including all that stuff I mentioned. It's a great way to not only show your support for the channel, but also get some swag in the process and kind of become a little bit more of the BeGoneForGood family. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, definitely check out that link. There are different tier levels, so you can go all the way from, t-shirts and coasters and stickers to just getting some of the content that you want, and it's entirely up to you. If you're not interested in that, but you still want to follow along, subscribe to the channel, leave us a thumbs up, see if you like this video, and hit that bell notification so that anytime we upload a new video, you get a heads up so you can go watch it. Now, let's get this thing mounted. So for today, we're going to be mounting the R80 on the Africa Twin with the grab handles. I have alt-rider plates on here, but anything that you have back here, even the stock rear on here, will be sufficient to mount this. If you are going to be installing the safety straps or security straps with this, you're going to want to do that before you put the bag down for at least this first one. I tend to run it right up through here, so I've got the buckle up here, and the long end I bring through here, and then up through this portion of the plate. You just have to run it through something on this bike that is static, something that's going to be secure down, and then lay that over the end. So you've got a long ways strap that goes with the bike all the way through. I happen to run it under this plate, but anything that you do, we'll take care of that. Lay that there, then we'll grab the bag. When you put this bag on, because of these grab handles, it's going to be a little bit off. They should sit nice and flush with the bike, but these grab handlers are so big and stick out so far that it kind of pushes the edges of the R80 out a little bit. Only on the AT, as near as I can tell. Every other bike, this fits ideally, and it's not necessarily bad on the AT, it's just not perfect. So you'll have those grab handles in there. Find a position on the bike where you can put this to have enough room to strap it to the back here. You want the straps to hit the back here. You also want to be able to strap it up to these passenger pegs here, or anything else that you're going to be strapping to here. You want to make sure this is long enough and works its way around whatever you're going to be strapping it to. On the opposite side, make sure that your heat shield is in the right place and the bag isn't sitting on anything that's going to be hot. You need to make sure before you get it all strapped down that nothing is touching any of the hot metal, that you're not going to have it stuck in the chain guard, you don't have stuff floating around there that's going to be a problem. Look at that now before we get positioned. The last thing you're going to want to check as you're positioning this bag forward or backward on the bike, and really this is again only an Africa Twin thing, is because it sits up a little bit, it's tilted back like this, it sits up a little bit, so this leading edge up here actually rises on you, and you want to make sure that this isn't cutting into your back, or that if you move back in the seat you're slamming up against this portion, because it will hurt after a little bit. So make sure that you got the bag far enough back to not have that be an issue. Now, really simple. It's 5 straps to attach. I tend to start from the back once I get it positioned on the bike where I want it, and then just run those straps through whatever you've got on the back. It doesn't matter if it's a plate, it doesn't matter if it's the stock system. You just want to run that through on the back of the bike. The buckles are just real simple, kind of weave through buckles. Get them through. You're not going to be able to cinch them down super tight just yet. The whole system will have to be cinched down together. So just get them placed in there to a place where they will hold the bag in the position that you're looking for. Once those 3 are done and it's where it belongs, Then you go down to the legs. Now for the legs, you come through on the passenger pegs. I wrap around the passenger pegs, but you can go around the frame, you can go around anywhere. You have more than enough length to be able to go just about anywhere you want. With the new R80 revolver, these legs actually shift like this, so you could probably come up to the frame if you wanted to, or down to different areas. You could go wherever you wanted. It provides you a little bit more capability of levering that bag to where you want. With the current one that I have, I think version 2, you just got to go to the passenger peg and call it a day. It's sufficient for me. It does what it needs to do. It's got cam buckles in here. Just put the strap through the cam buckle. And again, you're not going to be able to cinch it down super tight just yet. Just get it in position so that it's holding a little bit. And go around to the opposite side. It's pretty much the same thing. So you're going to want to, I guess you have to be careful of the muffler a little bit, but essentially just wrap around the passenger peg on this side as well. There's a cam buckle under here. Get it all set up and situated. You won't be able to tighten down the whole system just yet. We'll work back and forth on either side. But now that it's set, now you can work a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side, back and forth until you really get it tightened up properly. And then Mosko includes these sort of like tri-sided Velcro strips, loops in to hold all of your extra straps and everything, and keep them where they belong and not dangling everywhere else. But as long as you're off of the muffler, up and over the edge, you got both sides tightened up. It's pretty strong. Make sure that you check one last time that all the fitting is where it is. Everything is tightened up the way that it belongs and should be. And you are officially mounted up. So that's everything I have for mounting the Reckless 80 from Mosko Moto on the AT. It's a really easy process because of the 5 straps and because the bike may throw you a few curveballs just because of the handles, but it's not nearly as difficult as it may seem when you initially throw it over. So just power through it. The bag will also get used to the bike and kind of mold to it a little bit, which makes remounting it or getting it so it's more secure as time breaks it in a little bit even easier. This is a great bag system. I've used it now going to the Utah BDR, and I will be using it at the Mid-Atlantic BTR, which I'll also be doing kind of a full pack out and where I place everything and why and what fits in here and what doesn't for the trip that I'm going to be taking shortly here. I want to thank you very much for watching. I want to thank you very much for supporting the channel. Again, if you're interested in getting a lot more updates about the Mid-Atlantic BDR that we have coming up in just a couple of days, definitely check out that Patreon link down in the description. We will be doing a ton of extra content for our Patreon subscribers, just to bring them a little bit closer to the trip overall. Thank you again. If you like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more like this, not only on the trip, but afterwards. And we're looking to put out a bunch of really great stuff for you guys. So thank you very much. Appreciate you watching. Here we go.